Hello friends, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're mixing it up a bit from my usual style of videos. I'm just going to be doing a complete voiceover while showing you guys everything I'm cleaning today. We are doing a full house clean, and I guess it's a little bit of a nest with me or spring clean with me type of video today. As the weather gets nicer outside, the sun starts shining more, and it always motivates me to do a bit of a refresh on the house. I hope that this video gives you some motivation to do some spring cleaning today with me as well, or if you're pregnant and also need to do a little bit of nesting, then let's go ahead and get started nesting and cleaning with me. To get started on my spring reset, I wanted to get a load of laundry going while I worked on the rest of my cleaning. We haven't washed our actual comforter in forever. Actually, you guys should let me know down in the comments how often you actually wash your comforter. I'm not talking about your duvet cover, like actual comforter, because, well, it's been a while for me. Anyway, I wanted to get that going as well as a few other loads of laundry so it would be done and I could put it away by the time I was done cleaning the rest of the house. I also went ahead and stripped the bed in our guest bedroom because I honestly couldn't remember the last time I washed these sheets, and the duvet was dirty as well, as this is the bed that the dogs lay on a lot while I work during my day. Loki was definitely trying to make my life a little bit more difficult by laying among all of the sheets and bedding while I was trying to strip the bed, but eventually we got it all done. So I went ahead and took all of those sheets downstairs, got a first load of laundry going, and threw in a few more things that I've been needing to wash these last few weeks. I love to use this Arm & Hammer laundry detergent. I actually have this size from Costco, but Arm & Hammer is one of the few laundry detergents that I found that does not irritate my skin. I personally have very sensitive skin, so this one works really well for me. While I was downstairs, I realized I also forgot to put on my little pregnancy back brace, so I needed to put that on. But first I wanted to show you guys my cute little maternity romper. It's finally warm enough in Vegas to wear this romper. My sister actually got me this for Christmas, and I just haven't worn it much yet, partially because my bump has been kind of small, but also because it just hasn't been that warm yet this year, but it's finally in the mid-60s, so I have it on today. I'm also putting on my little back brace, which just helps support the belly as I'm moving around the house a lot. I personally get lower back pain very easily, and I have found that this band actually does help reduce my back pain a bit as long as I'm wearing it when I'm doing walks or tours around the house. I'll link both the romper and the belly band below if anyone is interested. Now that the laundry is going and I'm all set up for my day of cleaning, I wanted to get started with our master shower. I'm primarily using baking soda and vinegar to clean the shower today because I was actually Googling pregnancy safe cleaning products, and this was one of the main options that came up, as they're both more natural ingredients than the harsh chemicals found in cleaning sprays. I also have this fun little power scrub brush, which I got off Amazon, and it's really nice for getting the floors and lower parts of the showers or bathtub, so I don't have to be kneeling or bending over a majority of the time while cleaning. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, both Chris and I do not enjoy cleaning. So especially when it comes to like deep cleaning things like the shower or deep cleaning the fridge or things like that, a lot of times it gets deprioritized and neglected. This is why one day I really hope to hire a house cleaner, but alas, here we are. I think it always feels better to be living in a clean and tidy space, so this is something that we have to take on ourselves. The main thing with living here in Vegas is that we get a lot of hard water buildup on the sides of the shower walls and in the corners, leaving that reddish residue that I believe comes from having iron and other minerals in the water. So really, this deep clean of the shower is just something that needs done every month or so to keep it maintained. Alright, at this point I felt like the shower was looking pretty good and was personally just feeling ready to move on. So I headed out to the master bedroom where I needed to get my usual vacuuming done. Loki is still getting really used to the vacuum and other loud appliances we have around the house, so he was definitely doing his job protecting me from this scary vacuum. This is something that I do up here probably 1 to 2 times a month if I'm being honest. It is just sort of annoying to bring the vacuum upstairs. Honestly, we have a small linen/storage closet on this floor, so maybe I should just keep the vacuum up here. It's also not as high traffic as downstairs, so I don't really feel like it gets as much dust and debris on the floor as downstairs does. but still it does need done every once in a while. I also haven't cleaned the windowsills in here in a long time, so I gave those a good wipe down. And I'm not really sure if you guys can tell from the angle of this video, but this window is low enough that the dogs can see nicely out of it, which means that we have lots and lots of little nose prints on this window. Again, I don't clean it that often because other people don't see it that much. It's just me and Chris in here, but we're doing a spring clean, so we're getting every little thing that we can today. Speaking of getting every little thing done, the last thing I wanted to do in the master bedroom, this might sound kind of random, but it is the top of our headboard. I don't think you can really tell from this angle, but it has been accumulating dust for a while now, and it's just not something that I usually think about cleaning. Plus, with a darker colored headboard, I think it just shows dust a little more than a lighter color would. So anyway, it was just time to clean this up a bit. Before I move on from the master bedroom, the comforter actually finished in the wash, and I also ordered a new duvet and some new little accents, so I wanted to put this together really quick since we're doing a little spring refresh for this video. But you guys should let me know in the comments what you guys think of this, because I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not really sure if I'm loving it. I've mentioned a few times before that I've been wanting to replace our headboard basically since we moved in. I'm just not a huge fan of navy. I prefer more like light, creamy, neutral colors. But headboards and bed frames are expensive, and I just haven't been able to justify spending money on a new one. So I figured, why not try refreshing the space with some new bedding instead. I bought a duvet cover, throw pillow covers, a throw blanket, and adding in a white blanket that I actually already had. I think if I keep this, the next thing I would add would be a new area rug that just kind of ties all the colors in a bit more, one with some like oranges and blues and creams. I don't know, it just feels like it's missing something, so let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alright, and just wrapping up cleaning upstairs, I did a quick little vacuum of our upstairs landing up here, and then I headed over to our guest bathroom just to do a little bit of tidying up in there. I do have a friend coming to stay with us this next weekend, so I wanted to just give it a good wipe down for her, and then wipe down a few other surfaces upstairs that I don't usually do, like underneath our hanging plants where some dirt residue has gathered, dust, and just things like that. Alright, finally we are making our way downstairs. So first, of course, we gotta vacuum the stairs. This has been one of my least favorite things about having stairs, is just keeping them clean. And since ours aren't carpeted, I feel like you can even more so see the little dust bunnies that accumulate in the corners of the stairs. And you know, just little crumbs of dirt and things like that. This of course is a higher traffic spot in the house, so this does need done probably more often than we do it, but here we are, we're doing it today. I also hadn't given the side railing here a wipe down in a while, same with kind of the underside of the stairs, so I wanted to do that today. I was honestly surprised and a little bit disgusted at how much dirt came up when wiping down the sides and undersides of the stairs. Wiping down the underside or white kind of section here of the stairs, I really don't know if I've ever done that before, and just over time these little kind of spots of dirt have appeared. It's something that I have noticed as I walk up the stairs, and it's been bothering me, so it was just time to give it a clean. I think it's funny how you don't really look at these things closely maybe every day, but when you do start looking closely, it's like, now I can't unsee all this dirt. And I have to say, in person, giving the stairs and side railings a good wipe down, they look truly so much cleaner and like brand new. Alright, moving on to the kitchen. So of course we gotta give the stove a good wipe down, as we do. And to clean the stove today, I literally just used some dish soap and a Scrub Daddy. I've been obsessed with Scrub Daddies lately, and I feel like they just do such a good job with tough grease and grime. Great for cleaning pots and pans that have, you know, a lot of food caked onto them, or also great for cleaning the shower or things like that. One thing I really wanted to do today was actually wipe down all of our cabinets. This is another example of something where I really feel like it's not until you look closely at the thing, in this case the cabinets, Do you realize like how many dirty fingerprints or spilled drops of coffee or something along those lines there actually are on the cabinets? Plus, we have white cabinets, and I just feel like the dirt, of course, shows a bit more on them. We do have the baby shower coming up in like a month, which I am so excited about, but I am hosting it at my house, so I am just taking a little extra time right now to get little things done that we don't look at deeply every day. And I'm hoping that by doing this, it will help reduce the amount of cleaning that I need to do in a month from now in preparation for the shower. Now, of course, that's easier said than done, and I'm sure come mid-April, I will be a cleaning fool again and want to deep clean yet again, but we'll save that for another day. Speaking of random things that you look at every day that slowly get dirty over time, and so you may or may not notice the dirt accumulating, next up we have baseboards. So I've really been wanting to do a scrub on all of our baseboards, but let me tell you, being pregnant and towards the end of my cleaning day, this was getting a little bit on the difficult side. So I just went for a few of the floorboards that were in some high traffic, highly visible areas, or if they were, especially dirty. This corner right here is where the dogs come in and out and they eat their food and drink water here, so it just gets dirty pretty fast in this spot. I also wanted to tackle the floorboards over by kind of where we come in and out of the garage, where we park the car, and kind of just those high traffic foot areas. This is something that I will probably want to tackle again in April when I'm getting ready for the baby shower and planning on having lots of people over. So hopefully I can kind of make the floorboards a work in progress. And for the final cleaning spot of the day, I wanted to go ahead and deep clean the shower downstairs. This shower has been used honestly only a handful of times, just because it's downstairs, it's really only for when we have guests over. And so I think we've only used it one time when we had Chris's whole family over for Christmas. We had people staying in every single room, so this bathroom was definitely being utilized, but I don't think it's been used since like 2 Christmases ago. But I think as we start to build a family and hopefully have our parents visit more, with the baby being here, maybe our 3rd shower will be getting used a little bit more. I'll admit it is nice to have a 3rd one in the house, but it just doesn't get used that often. And because of that, it doesn't really have any, mineral buildup or anything like the other showers have, but it does have some dust and kind of things like that that just needed wiped out. And again, with people coming to stay with us soon for the shower, I felt like this is just the right time to give it a good wipe down. But you guys, that was basically it for my little spring cleaning, little nest with me nesting work today. There's definitely a lot more that needs to be done around the house, like cleaning and tidying and organizing, all before the baby gets here. But it definitely felt good to clean out some of the deep dirt and grime that has maybe been building up for a little too long. To put the cherry on top of my spring cleaning day, I went ahead and picked up some tulips to help freshen up the house, of course, and make it feel a little bit more springy. I personally feel like tulips are the ultimate springy feeling flowers, so I love getting these this time of year and having them around during spring. And of course, I needed to light a candle for the ultimate ambiance. I hope you guys enjoyed this little clean with me video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments if you're tackling a spring cleaning on your house this weekend or just anytime soon. I hope this video motivated you guys to do it along with me. But that is all, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch up with you next time.